Hello everyone, this lesson is on plural nouns. Plural nouns happen when you have more than one of something. Most of the time, you create the plural by adding s onto the end. For example, you might start off with one house, H-O-U-S-E, and end up with several houses, H-O-U-S-E-S. Or you start with one school, S-C-H-O-O-L, and end up with several schools, S-C-H-O-O-L-S. Or you start with one book, B-O-O-K, and end up with several books, B-O-O-K-S. That's not the only thing that you'll have to do to make plurals, though. There are rules that you follow. Let me go through each of these 3 rules with you. Rule number 1. If a noun ends in S, CH, or SH, form the plural by adding ES. So you can see how a noun is spelled makes a difference. So if we look at the first example, boss, B-O-S-S, the last letter in that word is an S. So when we want to make the plural, right, so instead of one boss, we have several bosses, we need to add ES onto the end. So we go from boss, B-O-S-S, to bosses, B-O-S-S-E-S. Or maybe we start with one ditch, D-I-T-C-H. Notice how it ends in C-H. We end up with several ditches, D-I-T-C-H-E-S. Or we start off with one flash, F-L-A-S-H, ends in S-H, and we end up with several flashes, F-L-A-S-H-E-S. Second rule. If a noun ends in a consonant followed by the letter Y, form the plural by removing the Y and adding I-E-S. A couple of examples here for you. Cavity. Say you start with one cavity, C-A-V-I-T-Y. So we've got, it ends in T-Y. T is a consonant, and then of course we have the letter Y. So what happens is, we get rid of the Y and put I-E-S. So we go from cavity, C-A-V-I-T-Y, to cavities, C-A-V-I-T-I-E-S. Or maybe you start off with one bunny, B-U-N-N-Y, then you'd end up with several bunnies, B-U-N-N-I-E-S. Third rule. If a noun ends in F or F-E, form the plural by removing the F or F-E and adding V-E-S. So maybe you start off with one elf, E-L-F. You notice that word ends in F. We get rid of the F at the end and we add V-E-S. So we go from elf, E-L-F, to elves, E-L-V-E-S. Or maybe you start off with one knife, K-N-I-F-E. You end up with several knives, K-N-I-V-E-S. So instead of F-E, we have V-E-S. So you might be wondering, what's the point of all this? Well, sometimes we need to write sentences using plural nouns because we want to express ourselves differently. Let me share some examples with you. So, singular form here. First example. Participating in a sport gives you a way to have fun. Well, maybe you want to change what you have to say a little bit. Maybe you want to mention more than one sport and more than one way of having fun. So it would look like this. Participating in several sports gives you many ways to have fun. So you can see here in this first set of sentences, we've just added S onto the end of each of those nouns to make them plural. But as you've already learned, there are different rules that we follow. So in this second example, we've got some different rules. But let me just show you, let me read each of the sentences so you can see how I've changed what I'm trying to say here. Singular form. There is still a dirty dish in the sink, a rotten peach on the counter, and a broken glass over there. That's a pretty messy sounding kitchen to me. Well, we can make it sound even worse by having more than one dish, more than one peach, and more than one glass. Let's hear what that sounds like. There are still many dirty dishes in the sink, several rotten peaches on the counter, and 2 broken glasses over there. So you can see we're expressing what's happening differently when we use the plural form. So, you notice here, we've got, in the singular form, we've got nouns that end in sh, right? D-I-S-H for dish. And we've got one that ends in ch, p-e-a-c-h for peach. And glass, G-L-A-S-S, ends in s, right? So remember the rule says if it ends in sh, ch, or s, we add es to the end. So we get dishes, D-I-S-H-E-S, peaches, P-E-A-C-H-E-S, and glasses, G-L-A-S-S-E-S. Alright, so in this last example, we've got a couple of different rules here. Okay, let me just read the singular forms here, this first half. I will need a scarf for the cold winter in this city. So we've got scarf, winter, city, right? So scarf ends in F, right? Think about how you'd change that to plural. Winter, well, that's just a normal one, right? We'll just add an S to that. But city is another kind of weird one, right? It ends in ty, right? So think about that. Let me read the plural here. Everyone needs scarves for the cold winters in these cities. So with scarf, S-C-A-R-F, we've gotten rid of the F and put V-E-S. Scarves, S-C-A-R-V-E-S. With winter, we just added S, so we went from winter, W-I-N-T-E-R, to winters, W-I-N-T-E-R-S. And with city, C-I-T-Y, we've changed it to cities, C-I-T-I-E-S. Well, I hope this video has been helpful, and I look forward to the next lesson.